What's happening, fam? L.A.R. movement still moving. Book is entitled Lessons from a Non-Custodial Father. At Amazon, Kindle, and Create Space. Link will be in the description box below as usual. Go get it. PayPal link there also. They asked me to put it up, so I put it up. Thanks everybody for supporting. This video is entitled Black on Black Classism. So I sit in front of the TV last night and I watched a little bit of a movie called Black and Privileged on Netflix. And then I watched a little bit of a stand-up with Sinbad. Makes me want to holler. And black on black classism is what Black and Privilege is about. And Sinbad kind of talked about this in his stand-up. And we think about, this person is from this class, so, they're beneath, above or beneath a person because of their class. But you black, so you feel like your family came from humble beginnings, and now you forgot where you came from. And then there's the flip side of that where there are people who still in humble beginnings, and all of a sudden you ain't real, or I'm gonna destroy your stuff because you got it, or I feel like you got it like that. But this is why some people perpetually never have anything. So in the show, the guy was talking about, it's not the people and the poverty that's the problem, it's the mentality that's the problem. Because to a degree, before they even got I'm feeling extra Baltimore today. Before they even got to know the brother and his family, they prejudged them. That's what they felt. But part of the way they were acting, they fit the stereotype. And this is the thing, like, when you go, part of the classism is this. When you feel like black people are upper class, middle class, and they're looking down on people in the lower class. And the reason I just lump those two together is because there's a certain amount of decorum about taking care of property, right? So when you see people who don't take care of property or take care of their own possessions, you kind of look at them as beneath you if you're in a certain class, because you're like, look, I'm not going to destroy my stuff. I'm not going to be paying for something and I'm not going to take care of it. It just doesn't make sense. And this idea that you could just throw this, that, and the third out, throw the baby out with the bathwater in all occasions is part of the problem. When you go in certain neighborhoods, you just throw trash out on the street. Classism, right? I don't want that here. The idea that you're not picking up anything, but not picking up behind yourself, and you making the neighborhood look worse, but then you complain that the neighborhood is bad. This is the problem that people have. Also, sometimes, people get in another class and they get bougie on you, and now all of a sudden they wanted to opt out of being black because I'm in a different class. I don't have a black experience anymore. Or they just play stupid. Oh, I didn't know that was racism. I thought that was because of blah, blah, blah. Stop. Stop. Oh, it's not what you think it is. It's because, it's the liberals that made that situation look like racism. No, stop. Stop. They don't see me like they see you, Negroes. Just because you got into another tax bracket, you still in the same country, okay? Be honest with yourself. Now, also, we look at class. Sometimes class affects the way we let our kids interact. I don't want the kids around them folks. And that goes both ways. Bad kids. You think bad kids are spoiled, and bad kids are from poor families, and then the opposite of that. I don't want my kids around them spoiled kids, because those kids in the higher class are spoiled and can't handle adversity, and they're fragile and weak mentally. So it's like, do we really want to interact? Not necessarily. And then you come into the same space in the same neighborhoods, and then your ideologies clash, not understanding that, obviously if you're both in the same place, y'all both did something right if you feel like you like your neighborhood. But you both may have got there different ways. So you got to find common ground on the good, and then you got to find a solution to the shenanigans with the bad, right? And this is where it's interesting, because the classism gets funny because some people want to completely divest from the black experience, and other people want to be super stereotypical of the black experience. But both parties don't want their kids to have to deal with the experiences that they dealt with. So instead of creating an environment that is more conducive to their children, you wind up in a battle, and your kids gonna wind up going through the same thing. Because when you bougie, your kids want to be hood. And when you hood, you want your kids to be bougie. So the classism kind of gets interesting because the family doesn't look the same. And like when I was watching a movie, man, like they're being extra. Like I got neighbors who aren't black who do just real ghetto stuff. And when I mean ghetto, just out 2, 3 in the morning on the porch playing loud music on a Wednesday and thinking that's cute. But I understand where I'm at, and I understand, one of the neighbors already flipped out on him about that. It wasn't old. She's an Asian lady at that. So that's how bad these white folks. That's how bad them white cats is. That Asian lady lost it. But it's the classism. You come from this side of the tracks. I come from that side of the tracks. I came from a 2-parent household. You came from a single-parent household. So all these ways to look down on another person, or person say, well, if I came from a single mother household and we in the same spot at the same time, and I'm just as successful as you must be a failure since you so much better than me. It's like, your family was 2-parent. They did give you the car when you're 16 to help you with your education, and now you just here. This is the farthest you could have got, So now we got that issue, right? Then and then sometimes some of the bad habits come into play. Like I got the family members, who do this to family members. You got it. So you're going to mess up my stuff because you feel like I got it. Or you were reckless with my stuff because you feel like I got it. But then, when it's your stuff, you extra protective. I'm not going to destroy my stuff. But then they got those people that I know who just destroy everything. One day when I come up on $10 million, I'm going to just have it together. No, you're not. You're going to fuck up the $10 million. If ever that was to happen. Because you're just a fuck up. And sometimes that's in both classes. You got people who squander their parents' hard work for some ideology that they thought was going to work out. And then you got people who, came from the bottom and worked so hard that they're not just trying to throw it all away and blow it just to say I had it at one time. Because it took so hard, you worked so hard to get you work so hard from nothing to get to something that you're not just about to just toss it to the side. Like, oh man, I made $30 million. I want to throw it out on the club. This is my life dream. And now you broke. Nobody's thinking like that. Well, I can't say nobody. There are stupid people who do think like that. But this is part of the classism. Everybody, you got the group of people that want stuff, and you got the group of people that keep stuff. And this is where, this person isn't going to be around for long because they don't know how to, keep stuff. They just want stuff. And sometimes you just don't want that mentality around you, And then sometimes the person who can save $1 and make $1 might not look like what you thought they would look like, and you might learn something, and you might have an intellectual hurdle when you say, I'm learning from somebody that I thought was beneath me. So it's a lot of things that go on with this classism that's ridiculous, but it happens. Black on black classism. I'm done with this one. I said I'm a done. Okay. I'm done with this one. Like, share, subscribe. Catch y'all on the next one. Peace.